Hello and welcome to another video, and this video is about me talking about the books that I want to read this year, and most of these are the hardbacks that I want to get through. I have a small amount of hardbacks that have been on my shelf for quite some time, and hardback are my least favourite thing to get through. I prefer paperbacks, and two of these I have in audiobook form, so two of them probably don't count, but I will show you them because I own them. And the first one that I own the audiobook for is The Woman in Suite 11. This also has a movie, and this is like this is a sequel for The Woman in Cabin 10, I think, and I enjoyed that when I read that. Yeah, The Woman in Cabin 10. And I think it's the only time that Ruth Ware has ever thought about the other person, really, and she felt like it was a necessary sequel to have. But I have always loved the narrator for her books. It's always been the same. At this point, I think the audiobooks are just a comfort to listen at this point because I love the narrator's voice. And I will also read anything by Ruth Ware, to be honest, so that's a win. And the next thing that I have is Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey. I listened to Green Nights on audiobook because I simply just like his voice. He has a very soothing reading voice that I think could knock out most people. Like, he's one of those celebrities where I don't particularly care what he's got to say, like with most celebrities, to be honest, but he has a way of storytelling and it's very relaxing, and just for those vibes I'm more than happy to give him my money. And for some reason I also wanted the book, so I got the book. Yeah, so I look forward to getting to that, and it's quite short, so the audiobook even's only like maybe 3 hours, if that, but it's actually quite nice to have the book, to be honest, because I didn't with Green Nights, because it took forever for the paperback to come out, so now I have both. The next book is a very random one that I own a copy of, that was given to me for free because a whole bunch of people at work managed to get a hold of copies of these either just before or just after its release, and so there was an abundance of copies of this book in store for staff to just pilfer. It's not something I normally pick for myself, and in this case I did not, and that is Tusk Love. But I think apparently it's based on like gaming, like board game. I've not particularly read into it, but it does look cute, to be honest. And even under the dust jacket, it's a lovely purple, and the pages are also cute, very cute. And like even the inside of this is delightful. Like, I don't even know if that's special edition, no idea, but we have had them in stock and I got one for free, just handed to me because there was an absolute abundance of them for staff, so I have one for the sake of having one. So I'll wait and see if it's actually okay, because I don't know. The next one is no surprise, and that is Why Mummy Drinks on Holiday by Jill Sims. I have loved this woman's books since the first one came out. I was about a year late to the party because I got the first one in paperback, and I have thoroughly enjoyed them since. I think it's utterly hilarious. There's been a couple where I've audiobooked as well, but to be honest, I prefer the hardbacks of this that I prefer are the ones that were like smaller hardbacks to this. Like, this is a full-size hardback. I prefer the smaller ones. There is another one out as well. I'm not sure what it's called because this came out first, so it's not in this copy. So I'd have to look that up, but there is another one, but I think that one's meant for like younger readers, I think. And like, how cute is that? That's why it's a bigger copy apparently. I didn't know, but it's such a cute cover. Like, it's just very cute. I like that because she loves her dogs. But anyways, I'll get on to the next book. The next three books are also not a surprise. And the first one that, I mean, you as a viewer will not know this, but I always used to watch this programme a lot with my nana when she was alive. And it's one of those shows that will always have a soft spot in my heart, alongside some other shows like Columbo and Miss Marple, and that is Midsummer Murders, interactive novel Would You Survive Midsummer, A Winter's Murder. And it's got multiple endings and things in it. I did plan to read it over the Christmas, but I just never got round to it. But it's something that I love, obviously, because it's the feels. But yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to read, to be honest, and it's multiple choice, which reminds us of Goosebumps. If they're multiple choice books, which I still occasionally find in charity shops and like to get through. But yes, this one should be silly and fun. Of course, I've not looked into what it's about. It's just Midsummer Murders, and I'm there for it. And the next book is another one where I have read previous things by this author before, like literally everything else that I could possibly read, and that is She Didn't See It Coming by Shari LaPena. And in this one, Bryden and Sam seem to have the perfect life. They both have good jobs, a very nice house, a child, and one day the wife doesn't pick up their child from daycare after work, and obviously Bryden has to go pick up their daughter. He gets home, everything seems to be as it should. The car is there, the keys are untouched on the counter, the computer is open as if she's started to work, but the wife is nowhere to be seen. And nobody could see it coming. But who knows what's happened? He's been at work, so that is out of the question. But nobody knows what's gone on, and of course by the end you will find out. But yes, I have previously enjoyed Shari LaPena's work before, and I look forward to this one just as much. This one's just a standard hardback. Sorry if there's been some random cut-offs. I have been coughing because of the flu, but I'm getting better. And the last book that I have to show you, I was very excited about when it came out and have not even looked at it since, once I get its sticker off. And that is Dan Brown, The Secret of Secrets. I have read every single book that he has previously written, and I will keep reading them for as long as he writes them. I literally haven't even looked at the synopsis for this because I don't really need to. Most people know who Dan Brown is at this point. But, oh, it is a nice copy too. That is a very nice copy. Can't complain at that. How much was that full price? £25 full price. It's just as well. It's a nice copy. But yes, I've not looked into it at all. I don't particularly need to, if I'm honest. It just exists on my shelf for the time being, and I'm actually fine with that. So that makes 7 hardbacks altogether that I do want to try and get through. And I'm also going to throw in 3 paperbacks as well, because they've been on my shelf for most of 2025, and I just haven't continued the series with these yet, and I really want to. And one of those is Angel by L.J. Ross. This is the fourth book in the series of, what's the series called actually? That's a very good question. DCI Ryan Mystery. And I've enjoyed it so far. It's absolutely fine. And I just haven't finished it yet. And it's going to take a while to finish. There's a lot of books in the series. But I haven't continued in a long time, and I need to. I also have Worth Dying For by Lee Child. And depending on which order you read this in, I think this is like the 13th one. Sorry, 15th one. My maths wasn't my thing. But I'm reading these in publication order rather than how they make the most sense, like chronologically, which is fine by me. I'm fine with the publication order. It's just been a while since I've actually touched one of these books. I need to get back onto that. And the last book that I've got to show you is The Hidden Dead by Tracy Whitwell. She's a local author whose the series is somewhat based locally. You will see some local spots in the series, and in this one she meets a man in a bar who's a really cool Viking-like guy, and I think from that point some spooky things happen, as they always do. And the series is part of the Accidental Medium series, and it's really cute and I love it. And the first one is more of a cozy thriller mystery kind of thing, and it just kind of follows Taz from that point when she realises that she's a medium and all that fun stuff. But I do enjoy the series though. They're very easy reads. Highly recommend. And I'm going to call it a day for this video, I think, otherwise I would end up probably showing you most of my shelf. So I'll see you soon in the next video, and thanks for watching.